You are an accident. At least most of us are. Let me tell you why. Being raised in Southeast Asia, you get to experience a variety of things like the cultural diversity and how that influences your growth as a child. And one such influence is that most of us are born into a predestined way of life, where a plan is set in motion on what you are meant to do. Now in this video, I'm going to focus on that predestination that all of us are subjected to and see if you resonate with the same. The evolutionary imperative of every animal is procreation, and we see it everywhere in the animal kingdom. Along the way, we just forgot that we are animals too. Society is a human invention that sustains this ancient evolutionary rule of procreation. With 1.7 billion of us infesting this planet now, haven't we already successfully applied this rule? The rules of society is to study, get a job, get married, and you must have a child before a certain age. It's like we're born into a conveyor belt. The acceptance of this social or cultural norm is the reason why so many people have kids so young without asking themselves if they are ready to be parents. So let's look into what it takes to be a parent. From what I have understood from successful parents out there, the couple has to be financially capable, and then you should also have the emotional maturity to handle and nurture a child. And to have that emotional maturity in the long run, the two of them need to be in the same place mentally and ready to have that child. In simple words, it's not an easy decision. It's a very complex decision and one that takes a lot of effort to be true to your feelings of being a parent. And it is a decision that most definitely takes time. And when you finally do decide, you either want to be a parent or you just don't. This is the natural course for a couple in becoming a parent in the modern world we live in. It is a subjective choice. So in our part of the world, when we blindly follow such norms and have a child when society thinks it's right, then aren't we generalizing this decision and taking away its subjective choice? Isn't society then demodernizing our thinking and taking us back to our hunter-gathering days, where parenting is just an evolutionary duty to procreate? When one has a child on such generalized notions, then it is safe to say that one would also bring up that child under such generalized rules as well, where individual attention and nurturing is absent. To put this in context for you, meet John and Emma. They are your typical conveyor belt couple. They were told to have kids by society, and so they did. They now have 3 lovely children. Let's call them A, B, and C. Emma and John lived a generalized life, and now they are bringing up A, B, and C in a generalized way. Unknown to anyone, C is highly sensitive and he's prone to act out his insecurity through aggression. Now Emma and John compare C to his siblings A and B in terms of their behavior. C begins to lash out as he's constantly compared with his siblings, and this becomes a vicious cycle. C is now a pressure cooker of negative reinforcement and low self-worth, waiting to explode as he now thinks this is how the world also looks at him. And one day he explodes in uncontrollable negative streaks, not just with his parents but also with his siblings A and B, and also at the world. This is why identity issues, existential anxiety, and many other emerging psychological distresses are a modern day theme and mostly a middle class issue. And I believe in the age-old saying, children are the product of their homes. I don't say this to absolve us from any of our mistakes. Instead, I simply say this to learn from this and think about our children and how we want to bring them up before having them. So step away from the conveyor belt. If any of you have topics that you want to hear the uncommon side of, please type them in the comments down below. And if you really like the video, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe to our channel and support us in our journey. Thank you for watching.